ladies and gentlemen, from the DMV, I have my boy Avenue Trey.
I've seen more and more people now as I'm watching, the years go by. There's more people that are dying for no reason there's no motivation behind the killings no more. I mean, our crimes went from, it used to be, didn't have no money, let's try to find a way to get some money. And that was a multitude of avenues of where people were starting to think, outside the box. At least what I'm saying, not trying to justify what crimes people did do, but you understood that in survival mode, people did stuff because they were desperate. You know what I'm saying? But now I think that survival doesn't mean nothing to today's youth no more. Some of them anyway. Some of them are now, you're just out here in the street because you want a reputation, because you want to beat somebody, and you want to risk your life disrespecting different hoods, and you want to throw urine on murals, you want to spray paint against murals, and some people are walking around. It's one thing you want to put something on your body, disrespecting a specific hood or multiple hoods because those are your enemies. But it's another thing when you're destroying murals and destroying businesses that people actually still, cater to. People actually go to that stuff,
There's a dude out there named GBO Gaston. I first became aware of him literally as soon as Nipsey Hussle died. I remember he jumped on live and he was like, "Yeah, I killed Nipsey Hussle," and
that was the same dude.
That
right?
was the same exact dude, man. Yeah, so he's been doing this for a couple of years now. He was beefing with Block Boy, who we all know what happened to Block Boy. You remember? We've talked about Block Boy back in the day. He was the guy who's going around doing the same thing that GBO Gaston is now doing. And as of recent, for anyone who doesn't know, he just recently took a cup of urine and threw it on Nipsey's mural and just said some very disrespectful stuff.
I don't understand what's the motivation. Like, do you want to be the most known target running around, in the world? Or, because that's a lot of, like we said before, bro, that's a lot of enemies. That's just like, that's what GBO Gaston did, the same thing that, what was it, Baby Capone?
Baby Capone. Oh yeah, it was Capone, right? It wasn't Block Boy. Yeah, but they were kind of doing the same thing. Yeah, but Baby Capone,
Block Boy and all of them. Yeah. Like when you look at all of these guys, and then you even compare them to Charleston White, you're disrespecting multiple people publicly on social media. You're building a resume of enemies waiting to capture you. And I'm just being real. Like, how long are you really gonna move? Like, how long are you really gonna survive like that? Because you see what happened to Block Boy. You see what happened to Capone's homeboy, Indian Red Boy. Gaston, I don't understand, what his motive is. I don't get it. I've heard several rumors about him. Like, and now that you mention it, I'm like, looking back at some footage, there's footage of this guy jumping from hoods like he's a whole transformer. 1 minute he's a Blood, next minute he's a Crip. But can't nobody tell me to set. But now I'm starting to believe he's just an entity on the internet that's trying to gain followers. He's trying to gain followers. And he's trying to do this for clout. And if he doesn't understand what he's doing, he's pissing off a lot of people. And I don't speak for all Crips, you know what I'm saying? But from my perspective, it's just disrespectful, dog. And I don't understand what makes a man wake up and just put jumper cables on your brain and just say, this is a great idea. Let me do this for the views. Because I know that there might be people out there that's like that, but you going as far as to piss on somebody's mural, bro? Really? And then you did the shit at a time where people ain't really out there, like specifically like looking at that mural. Thousands of people from the world, from around the globe come over there to take a picture at any of the Nipsey Hussle murals. You know what I'm saying? Now, when they get off the plane and they come through this junk, it's like, damn, they got it taped off again. Now it's vandalized. Now they can't even get a good picture. I mean, I ain't saying extort the mural by saying, hey, man, I'm charging you $25 just to take a picture in front of this junk. And having, around the clock, homies, you know what I'm saying, securing this junk, like, telling everybody if you want, take a picture of the Nipsey Hussle mural, make a small donation. You know what I'm saying, to the neighborhood that he came from, support the Crenshaw district, I'm not saying that they should, but at this point, it's kind of like, you know, we got to put a stop to this. Collectively, we as the people, as the culture, we got to put a stop to this. And we got to learn to not really, like, we can't make people like this famous. The way we do this is we ignore this type of person. Like, there was an instance where I just seen a video of him, what was it, 8 days ago? He called out somebody on Instagram Live, and the guy was in his house or apartment, whatever he was doing.
On live.
Yeah. Like, what type of goofy shit is this, bro? Like, I thought, this the thing, man. You a street nigga, and you really with the shit. People heard about your reputation through word of mouth, not through social media, not through the lens of a camera. You know what I'm saying? We didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? And this right here, and then he looked goofy. I don't even think anybody should applaud him to begin with. Like, you started off disrespecting the dead, and let me bring all my people, of all my folks that don't know, in gang culture, when you disrespect the dead, that's the most disrespectful thing you could ever do. You know what I'm saying? Amongst there's various different codes that we live by. You know, we live by the no snitching, no rats, the no pedophiles, the no fucking with punks. You know what I'm saying? You owe somebody some money, some guns, or some drugs, or you know, disrespecting the dead. You know, those are very considerable things that in the streets we hold people to. And just for, you know, hurting somebody's homeboy or homegirl, you know, that'll get you, that's instant retaliation. So, and then you're doing this for clout chasing. Like, that man Nip never even knew what a G-Bo Gaston was. Nip didn't know none of these guys, even when Nip was alive. I'm pretty sure him and Pac-Man, the Gunman, and, you know, Jay Stone, none of the people that work at All Money In or a part of Rollin 60s ever heard of these weirdos coming up out of nowhere. Nobody gave a fuck about a Capone or a GBO Gaston. No one gave a fuck about a Block Boy. These people don't know these people. These people have to target people that you know just to get a reputation. They don't have the ability to generate interest without disrespecting somebody. They need that shock factor because they know people tune into ignorant shit like that. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
It used to be a time if somebody thought you was talented, you know, all right, people fuck with you, people going to tune in, people going to, you know, spread the word. You know what I mean? People fuck with you. But this right here, this ain't how people fuck with you. This is how people end up fucking you up. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then think about this. Even back in the day when the True Blue tapes and Banging on Wax was out, like, you thought like it was radical just to say fuck somebody's hood, let alone they dead homie on wax. You feel me? And some of these people actually, you know, half the people that worked on Banging on Wax, most of them is gone.
Yeah.
So you can already see how that was at that magnitude. You know what I'm saying? And then when we look at stuff like now with the internet, like, come on, bro. Like, LA gangsters don't act like that, bro. That feels more like Chicago's uniform. Chicago started being extra with that. Shit, even in DC, we didn't do shit like that. In New York, people never did shit like that. You know, anywhere in this country, bro, nobody was recognized for disrespecting the dead at that type of magnitude, except for when the era of drill music first popped off in Chicago.
Right.
Now, I'm not saying that I blame everything on Chicago. Let me not say that. I'm going to say that Chicago, even when my mother was a kid, you know, my mom was born in the 1950s, so that makes her a baby boomer. Even back then, when she was growing up, and she would take trips out of town to go to Chicago. Chicago always had a rough reputation. But disrespecting the dead, I don't understand, like, why is that a popular trend? And then think about it. Just imagine if somebody knew where somebody's grave sighting was. I don't know if how true it is, but I've heard dead rappers, you know, graves being, like, you know, dug up. Like, you know what I'm saying? When does it stop, man? Like, clout, you know, I know for a fact that a lot of people ain't ready to die for no clout.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't worth it, bro. Like, even what was it? Crip Mac, even Crip Mac knows that he ain't just doing anything for the, you know what I'm saying, for shits and giggles. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I understand he has his enemy, you know, visibly whacked out on his body, on his face. And I know that, you know, he's never going to take that off because that's what he signed up for. Those are the people, you know, that, you know, that's who he, you know, he has it in for. But that's personal with him, though. It ain't like the man is out here making clothes and, you know what I mean, trying to go. He's not going to pull up to the Hoover's hood and if you see like a mural of the living, like, you know, Freeway Ricky Rose. You remember Harbor Freeway Ricky Rose?
Of course, dog.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I think he grew up in the over there. You know what I'm saying?
I interviewed him for about an hour. I had a whole hour sit down with him.
Yeah, like you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm pretty sure if he had a mural over there and you really gonna go to the Hoovers, the disrespect, I'm like fuck no. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying, you know, what Crip Mac would and would not do, but I don't think for me trying to gain a reputation for clout and then put myself on Instagram Live with 1,000 eyes watching, everybody's hollering out, oh man, the feds. Well, you're acting like them right now when you record them. When you record yourself, you are federal. You being the feds, you doing the feds work for them. They don't even have to do 200 pages of paperwork no more. Nope. They could just jump right in with the video presentation right before the judge. Oh, at such and such time, such and such went Instagram Live, and we're not, like, you know, they're not going to write anything down.
Yeah.
Like, you don't even have to go to page 79 where the report starts. You go to page 1, right here.
Shooting out the window on Instagram Live.
And then here's the thing. Is that like you shoot on Instagram Live? You did all of this for what? In your raps, you talking about what? I don't listen to that man's music. That music, I sing one song and I turned that shit off. I'm like, this shit is garbage.
I don't even think I knew he made music.
I didn't know he made music until like when you type in GBO Gaston on YouTube, he has a couple of music videos and he has like a mixtape or what is it? You know what I mean? But I mean that shit garbage. I ain't supporting that shit. You want to make this nigga disappear? Please do not support that nigga. Do not. You know what I'm saying? The way you make this nigga forget about, because this is the thing about the internet. Once the algorithm takes control of all the stuff that you like to click on, that's what's going to fill up, you know what I mean, your YouTube searches. So eventually, nobody's going to remember what a GBO Gaston is any damn way. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let him fade away, bro. Like, let him fade away like Daniel Hernandez. We don't fuck with that guy either. We do not listen to raps. And we don't listen to cloud chasers either, because at least I can say one thing about, you know, one thing I can say that's positive about Crip Mac that he does document himself do. I love how he feeds the homeless.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's, you know, I give back to the community, you know, like, all right, I can dig that. Now that level of that brand of Crippin', you know, I can fuck with that, you know, but you know, that's where that is. It stops right there. You feel me?
What are your general thoughts on him?
Like, I support, you know, Crip Mac, you know, as far as, you know, okay, cuz on all things rolling, you know, from the 30s to the 100s. I know he's from 50s, you know what I'm saying? And it's all love. My OG did a song with him, you know, not too long ago, you know. The thing is, I just hope that he, you know what I'm saying? You know, he realized he slows down a little bit, man. I want him to live. I'm just saying, dog, like, I mean, I'm not trying to come for him, you know what I mean? But I'm just looking at it like, imagine what that feels like. Imagine if I got all of my enemies whacked out on my face, coming and going, bruh. I want to go take a girl out, you know, to a restaurant. You know what I'm saying? Give me a nice steak. I can't even enjoy my food because so many people are staring at me that may be one of those enemies that I got whacked out on my face.
Man,
this is a very uncomfortable feeling, you know? And then on top of that, that's too much access to you. That's a lot of, when people on social media, bro, and you go on Instagram Live, every document, every time you do something, you're not only building a case, but they're not even thinking about how that would infect their gang. There's a thing called gang injunction. They can say, hey, that guy right over there representing what? He did what? On social media? Oh yeah, you know what? Don't just stop at him. Get them all. Because that's how law enforcement thinks. That's how we call them crash for a reason. They crash the party. The party is over. And that's when you really gonna see who your real friends are. These motherfuckers gonna turn you in. They're gonna say, oh yeah, Trey was there. No, don't say I was there. I didn't do shit. I went to work. I punched the clock. I ain't had shit to do with that. I'm just saying that as a hypothetical, as an example. You feel me? But it's just, I don't think people understand how fast something can really change. Like, you don't ever want to wake up to that, you know what I'm saying? Like, that knock on your door and they kick in your door and then they drag you out and you're being prosecuted for being a big gang member. You know what I mean? You didn't even do shit. And then all because somebody stupid on social media shot at somebody while going Instagram Live. They don't even think about that. And then you got how many pictures with this individual? How many videos you've been in with this individual? Oh, you've been in you said you don't know him. Oh, nah, but right here we got representation that you do know him. Man, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. They got you. People got to think, man. Me personally, instead of us looking at situations like GBO gas station, I almost call him gas station, Gaston, whatever that guy, that character, to me, he's a character. You know what I'm saying? It's a guy that used to claim he was allegedly a blood. Now he's walking around allegedly, false claiming Crip and wherever the hell he's from. I don't know if he's from Lakewood, California. I don't know.
Yeah, apparently.
I don't know what. Like, I don't okay, he's from Lakewood?
Yeah.
So is Lakewood, hold up, is Lakewood, is that a good place?
95% of the city is like Mayberry.
So it's kind of like, it's easy going?
Easy going. There are a couple of streets, where it could get active, close to Long Beach. But for the most part, most people want to live. Most people in LA County would love to live in Lakewood. And that's just being real as it gets. Oh, okay. So he's manufactured gangbanging. Okay, I got you now. I got you. So you're a suburbanite kid going gangster in a gated community, talking big shit. Man, you better stay where the hell he's at, bro, because there's some real niggas, you know what I'm saying, younger than me, they got the energy, and they up at 4 o'clock in the morning looking for people like him, bro. You want a gangbang? Nah, man, stop it, man. Hey, gang culture is not for everybody. I don't applaud nobody for joining gangs. For those that are in it, I pray that you make it out alive, and I pray that you turn your life around and do something positive. For those that ain't in it, stay away, bro. Like, just leave it alone. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta keep it real, Dusty. Like, I can't. Please do. That's what they need to hear. That's what these kids need to hear.
Bro, even like you know what I'm saying? These niggas don't understand, bro. Like, when you got a regular neighborhood that people can just ride up in, that's called full access. I can ride. There are enemies. Matter of fact, when I first came to the hood, like when I remember, touching the soil, I was on 9th Ave outside of Sammy's liquor store, bro. And enemies, from what I've witnessed, they speed and run through the stop sign and red light just because they don't want to get turned into Swiss cheese.
I'm a civilian and not do that in certain neighborhoods, homie. Real talk. I'll get the ticket.
I'm just saying.
And even if the cop tries to pull me over, let's keep going. Let's go a couple blocks down.
Yeah, I've seen how that shit feel, bro. Like, I'm not getting like what? Like, I'm going through Baldwin Hills, I'm trying to get as far as away from the jungles as possible. You know what I mean? I don't want to get caught. You know what I mean? Get pulled over. Like, now the crash is like searching you down and shit like that. And now you got the enemies right across the street. Like, oh yeah, we got one. We saw that TC hat. We got one. That's how they looking. So I don't blame you. Like, when you got a gated community, you got a safe haven. Once you get past that gate, it's going to require effort for people to like hop that motherfucker. But here's the thing. Do they got surveillance? I know the gated communities, most of them got 24-hour surveillance
everywhere, homie. Even in Lakewood, I would say Lakewood is full of cameras.
And I know they got security, people to sit at the little box and let you in, raise the gates and shit. Oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is what we looking at, bro. This is what people need to understand. This guy looks like he drops the pistol. He don't really look like he's ever, like, really. Oh yeah, he that nigga, dog. Okay, there was that incident. I forget the dude's name, but he was a white boy.
I'm gonna look it up while you're talking.
He won a court case. White boy joins Rollin 90s out California, and his dad paid what, $5 million for his bail for him not to go to prison. And what was it? They took their dad's car, and they said they went joyriding, but apparently they went over there to do something more than just joyriding, and it was kicking up. There's video footage of them kicking over candles.
Oh wow.
You know what I'm saying? And this white boy was featured in that video from the 30s to the 100s. It was called the Neighborhood Anthem video.
Okay, the story of Cameron Terrell. I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah.
Is that it? Damn, I never even knew this story existed.
Yeah, the white boy gets off, man. The brothers is locked up. You feel me? They doing life. But because, in the words of Trey D, because this dude got he's got the complexion for the connection. And when he got the capital to back him, shit, he ain't sitting in no damn jail cell.
Damn. Yeah, I'm reading this shit right now. It's crazy.
Yeah, man. Like, gotta be careful. Like, these are people that you'll see often become a part of gang culture, and they realize that they're not really gang. You know what I mean? The rest is like, people get weary about shit like that, man. When I seen that shit, I'm like, wait a minute. This ain't this. They done turned gang into it went from first it was an identity, now they turned it into a fad. People trying to romanticize the streets. From my people listening, streets is nothing to be romanticized about. Okay, people die. People that bang, people that don't bang, people just having family members that gang bang, and you don't gang bang. You know what I'm saying? You already heard. I'm pretty sure people heard the interviews with you and Alonzo. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, his man got, fought a couple of bloods at his high school.
Oh yeah, Puddin. OG Paru, yeah.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Then you actually did win the fight, but then that made the gang want to get at you even more.
Exactly. And he had to leave the school. Well, he won the fight, like you said. Yeah, won the fight, but now he has the whole Paru gang against him.
Yeah. Like, I don't think people don't really understand, like, how this shit can flip, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't understand, like, what makes a motherfucker just wake up and say, you know what? I want to go be a part of something, and then realize that they're not doing anything but putting themselves in a deeper situation that they can't get themselves out of. Like, I understand why gang members, when they get older, like, I understand when we get older, we slow down because the lifestyle that we were living once upon a time ago, it was for the wrong reasons, or it was for, a path of self-destruction. And I don't want the world to make, I don't want to wake up with that feeling of the world closing in on me every morning. I don't think nobody wants to wake up like that. That's why I'm advising people, like, hey, change your lifestyle, man. Change your life. Sometimes being regular is cool. I'm giving you the 2 thumbs up. Yeah. It's cool to be regular.
Cool to be square, homie. I tell my son that all the time, dog.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's cool to be a square. I don't care if you used to be in a gang. I'm saying it's cool to live life like a square. Try something that you ain't never did before. Play a game of golf. I'm going to tell you why it's good to play a game of golf. It's a mind game. You know what I'm saying? It teaches you length and range, and you know what I'm saying? It teaches you, terrain and what to do. It allows you to pace yourself, and you got to be calm. And you got to think about everything before you do it. That's what I like about that game. It brings peace to that. Peace to your soul. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's a real, that's a real good thing, And also, like, I don't know have you seen that movie, King Richard?
Nah, I heard about it, though.
Yeah, man. That was Will Smith.
Just came out recently, right?
Movie.
Within the last couple months or something. I heard it's really good.
Yeah, it's a really good. It's a really good movie. You know what I'm saying? I recommend King Richard. That, like, when we talked about in like a couple of interviews when I first came on the show, I said it starts where? It starts at home. And when you look at Venus and Serena Williams growing up,
that's what. Okay, yeah.
How their dad was he was an inspiration. He is an inspiration. You know what I'm saying? To like stand on them, raising them to be like, okay, my kids will not gangbang. My kids will not be involved in street activities. My kids are playing tennis. I'm training champions. You know what I'm saying? Like that's his MO. You feel me? So I recommend for my viewers to watch that movie, man. King Richard, I recommend it. Parenting really is a real stepping stone when it comes to like deterring people from joining gangs. And just overall, street life in general. You got a solid home, a solid foundation, and people love you already. You don't have to want or need for anything. Stay your ass in the house, man. Stay focused. Find yourself something to, even if you want to be a music artist, you love doing music, buy the necessary equipment, recording get it one by one, but do it the legal way, man. Go get a job. You know what I'm saying? Build your own studio, record your own records, edit your own stuff, and release it. Make a podcast, have people keep up with everything. You know what I'm saying? Just do it to the max, but just keep it clean. You feel me? Mm-hmm. Like that's the stuff that I like to inspire people to do.
Try something different.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because I've seen so many people, go about other things the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? And there's a couple of people that ain't here no more because of that. So if I can use my voice to actually help people to do other things, better things. Because if you knew, there's a phrase that my OG used all the time. If you knew better, you do better.
Yeah.
Like,
if you don't know, you don't know.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't steal a car. Instead, start a business. Invest in yourself. 50 people in your neighborhood that probably can't wrap gifts to save their life. But you can make, you multiply $40 a session, you know what I mean? The charge to come to your house, 20 people times $40 each. That's a nice little chump. That's a nice little pocket change right there. Like shit, you know what I mean? You got people that you want to record, people want to be rappers, people want to be entertainers, you want to be in a music video, or you want to be a model or some shit. Hey man, get yourself a camera, spend that $2,000 for everything in total, and get a nice little $300 lens to make your shit look popping. You know what I'm saying? Get it cracking already. You know what I'm saying? Like, charge people. Hey, bro, you want to book a photo session with me, or you want a music video done? My photo shoots are $45 an hour. My video shoots, if you book me for $350, this is, I do your music video. I record it for you all day. I'll spend 48 hours editing it, mixing it up, mastering it, and then I release it to you. And you're good to go. Like, that's a legit hustle. Mm-hmm. That's legit money. I'm looking for factors on how to end poverty. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking for ways for people to get out, because everybody ain't got the same skill set. Tons of people that they could be chefs, man. In jail, some of my homeboys, they took up culinary arts, to keep themselves, you know what I'm saying? They was fascinated with food. So, if they could take little, scraps and stuff that they got from their commissary, and they could make themselves feel full off of those type of meals, then when they actually took a course while they were behind the wall, and then they got their little, certification, they came home, they actually started opening up little, food carts, started making hot food right in front of you. Like, that's another way for people. You know what I'm saying?
Your attitude is the epitome, the example of the mission statement of my show, man. Just keep doing something, keep hustling, and something's going to happen. As long as you do something every day towards what you love, it's something's gonna happen. My show is a perfect example. I had 100 subscribers. For anybody out there who's thinking about starting a YouTube channel and are like, man, my shit's not growing, it's not, just do something every single day, even if it's for 30 seconds, even if you don't fucking feel like doing it. Do something that is going to get you to your goal, dog, and you're gonna do fine. And here I am, 32,000 subscribers. I never thought I'd be at 32,000 subscribers when I first started this. So I'm just doubling up on what you were saying, man.
Yeah, man. Like I really want people to, do better, man. I want to take people out of the hood so that they don't have to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want them to become to the point where they just become hood ornaments. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Stuck.
Like stagnant. I'm allergic to stagnant.
Me too, dog. That's why COVID, like, I'm glad I was able to do things during COVID, because if I had to just stop doing shit, like, it would have fucked with me. But thankfully I have my studio and everything, and because stagnant it kills me slowly, dog.
Yeah, like even now, what I do appreciate about COVID, and I know that's a radical statement to make, because I hate COVID just like everybody else. People have lost people to COVID. But COVID gave me a perception of picking up my sketchbook 10 times more and coming out with something that's dope.
COVID was the best thing to happen to me. The fact that it sat me down and put me in front of my mixer and my laptop and my studio, and I studied YouTube. It was the best thing to happen to me, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like, your best education probably came from YouTube. I know mine did.
Most did. How to this, how to that. I'm always on YouTube, homie.
Like YouTube, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. This shit showed me how to fix, my car when I had one.
Man.
Man,
talk.
I'm talking about, like, I ain't gonna lie to you, dog. Like, that shit saved me $850. I ain't gonna lie to you, dog. People take your shit to the shop. People been charging you an arm and a leg. Like,
right.
Well, this is out. You're gonna have to replace that, and you got a hole in that. But you find out, you do the research on your own. It's only $750 in your pocket that you would have to spend. But the guy at the lot is telling you got to spend anywhere between close to $2,000 for all of that. You can go
labor
right down. You for all that, you get a used car at Jiffy Lube for $1,500. Like, if the owner of the gas station is selling vehicles that they roadworthy, they only gonna last you. I call those 6-month cars.
Right. Don't drive more than 60 miles, 30 miles either. Like, try to stay local if you can.
You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. Like, exactly. Like, those type of cars. Shit, I got a car, $1,500. Yeah, but you try to get on exit 14 and go from LA to fucking Vegas.
They ain't happening.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you need, like, that car got at least 175,000 miles on it, especially if it's a 2010. Don't do it.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? Save your money. This is COVID. We're in a pandemic together, y'all. You just save the money. You can save 10 bands, and you can go put a down payment for a brand new car. Man. What's the rush? We're in a pandemic. Take your time. I guarantee you, if you take the time to channel everything into yourself, keep the focus on yourself, I guarantee you'll come out 10 times more successful than someone that graduated with a degree from college. You'll have a doctrine in the field that you want to do because you took the necessary time to actually practice it. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with going to college. You know what I'm saying? Please go. Please go if you feel the need to. But go for your reasons. Pursue your level of education because it's something that you want to do. I'm not here to deter people from college. I'm here to deter people from the streets and what they come with. So if I could do, like I said, if I use my voice to do something positive, that's what I speak. I'm speaking the positive. Oh, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Looking back 10 years ago, bro, I wish that I could have did something a lot better.
You're making up time, though, dog. I'm telling you, every time I do a show with you, I feel like I get my karma points up, man.
I appreciate you, man. Likewise for the opportunity, man. Like, man.
Most def. Well, shit, if I could ask you one more question, man, then I'll let you go for the night. But you have a lot of business ventures. You saw the the end goal. You saw you made it through the tunnel or whatever. But what would you say to a young kid who is out in the street, in the trenches, like you once were, who thinks there's no other way out? What would you say to those kids?
If you think that there's no way out, stop. Instead, find a new way to get out. But you do that by doing something that you love to do, because you don't look at it like a job. But make sure when you do that, already see yourself at the destination of you already accomplishing it, moving on to the next greatest thing. For me, that's what worked. So when I was a kid and I realized that certain things weren't, working for me, I went back and I started turning to the things that I love, that brought me joy. Like I told you before, like for me, I started out with, before gang life, I had comic books and video games. Now, when I make clothes, I turn, some of those things into clothes. Mm-hmm. You feel me? Like, I don't know if you've seen my Jeff Boy hoodie, but like my Jeff Boy hoodie I was inspired by my Game Boy Color. Okay. So all I did was I modified it and called it a Jeff Boy, because for me, you know what I'm saying, I had to make it look like it was suitable for me. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I wanted to be Jeff Boy Fresh instead of Game Boy Fresh. You dig? So I'm taking things that I see that inspired me to pick up that pen and put it to that pad. That's what got my creative juices flowing. Because for me, I love to do, what feels like the right thing to do. You know what I'm saying? But make sure that what you're doing, it isn't putting your life at risk or putting your life in danger or risking your freedom. Make sure that it draws from a positive place. Make sure that it comes from something that is positive and it, that makes you feel good. But more importantly, involve God with it. Make sure God is a part of it. If God ain't in it, don't do it. Mm. It's got to have God in it. No matter what you do, God has to be a part of the plan.
Man, dog. That's the perfect way to end it right there, man. Like I said, I really enjoyed these conversations. We got to keep doing this throughout this year, man, because I really feel like you're changing lives. And like I said, if you ever need help setting up a YouTube channel or a podcast, I know everything. I've done every mistake wrong. I've made every mistake twice, and I know I can help you streamline to where you could probably save 6 months of making the same mistake. And so just know that when you're ready to go that route, please let me be the first one to help you out, dog, because you've done a lot for me for my show. And like I said, we always get a really good response when you're on my program, dog.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you, brother. Thank you for providing me with the opportunity, man, so we can change these lives and we can reach these people.
Yes, sir.
I really appreciate it.
Please,
thank you.
Yeah, give any shouts out or tell everybody where they can find you, man. The floor is yours.
Got you, man. This is Avenue Trey coming at you. You know what I'm saying? Follow me on the gram, 3100_Avenues_originals. That's on Instagram. Support my homeboy, LBK. He goes under the name Loyalty, Brains, and Knowledge. You know what I'm saying? He's got his mixtapes out. Take a good listen to him. You know what I'm saying? It's good music. And shout out to, King Mind Records, King Mind Entertainment. And remember, y'all, please hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button for Dusty Vision TV. This is Avenue Trey, y'all. One love. Peace.
My dog. Always a pleasure, homeboy. I'll talk to you soon, all right?
Thank you, brother.
Peace, man.
Just give me a little bit of peace, steady job and some food to eat. Just give me a little bit of peace, steady job and some food to eat. Just give me a little bit of peace.